Alrighty then, ladies, gentlemen, everything in between. We have arrived for a surprise sixth round in the ARC NASCAR Heat Cup Series. The original race was going to be one Bristol Dirt, as you can see right down there, but instead, we will have 100 laps of Auto Club on offer for the California 200. We did not come up with a name for this one, clearly. The drivers just finished their qualifying runs as we speak, and in a handful of seconds I'll be able to give some information as to who the top times were. But for right now, they're still looking at the results screen. There are a lot of names here that I don't recognize. I'm gonna have to pull up that roster sheet again. But yeah, 100 laps of racing tonight, and out of that, the stage breaks. That is not the roster sheet. Where is the roster sheet? I am blind officially. There it is. Yeah, 100 laps, and we'll be doing the stages at laps 30 and 60, or at the end of 30 and 60. So almost a even third split, but not quite. And again, laps 33 and 66 would have been kind of weird, I suppose. This result screen is hanging for a hot minute. My gosh. I had to go back into the thing because I put it on that. Okay, I gotta change how I'm organizing this now. I'm gonna flip everything around. Looks like your pole sitter is not on the screen. It's not the biggest deal. I can look at who the pole sitter is when I'm in the lobby myself. Oh, A.J. Nichols is the pole sitter. Admittedly, I'm not really massively surprised by that. We have 21 cars tonight for Auto Club, and that may not even be the full lineup. $34. Who's the 34? Where is the 34? I have to find the car, then I have to scroll all the way across to actually see who it is. $34 is James McDowell. Well, that's convenient. McDowell's driving McDowell's car. That's easy to remember. And then the other name that I'm not familiar with offhand, because there's a lot of names here that I've never seen before. Dalton Drummond, that's the other name I don't recognize, so alright. Got that sorted. That said, I did just realize that whoever sent this roster to me cropped out the bottom 3 cars. And I think that is who the 47 is, when I saw them comment in the Discord earlier. Although that's its own problem, because I can't bring up the Discord. I already have Deshaun Davis's Twitch stream, which I guess I don't necessarily need at this exact moment. Oh, Jashawn Fuller is the 47. Alright. That is the last name I was not sure of. I'm just waiting to see when they start that countdown, and I'll be able to get in there myself. I believe they're having some difficulties getting somebody in one of the parties, I think, at the moment. And are actually having to back out all the way for some reason. Oh, Deshaun was in the wrong car. That was what's going on. He was in the 10 qualifying. He's supposed to be the 78. I see. Well, that's the first challenge for my onboard ally, I guess. Alright, in about 10 seconds I'll be good to get in the lobby and we can get things rolling. After I cough. That's not where I'll find that. So as you can see here, it is AJ Knickel and Mike Greathouse on the front row here. So we should be effectively seconds away from taking the green flag here at Auto Club. It's a bit of a delay. I did start it slightly prematurely. I forgot how long the results screen shows up for. And then we had a few complications with the lobby setup. Should be looking at basically an advanced plate race tonight, as the drivers pull up to the Geiger restart zone. The game hands them control, and we are green from Auto Club Speedway for 100 laps of basically top speed racing. This is pretty much just a plate track with extra steps, and most drivers will tell you the same thing with different levels of bitterness. So expect some bump drafting, some well executed, some maybe not. And a lot more going on than I'll be able to individually tell, as all 21 cars will pretty much be running in a pack, especially here at the opening. Like, I cannot comment on individual things here, except for that the one car of Greathouse has taken off with the race lead, and AJ Knickel has fallen to third behind Alexis Heredia. Teammates and little, like, friend groups will play some factor, but it's not going to be end-all be-all, especially not at Auto Club like it would be at Talladega or Daytona. I already have two cars falling off the pack a little bit. Oh, big door contact. I believe the 77 of Dalton Drummond's got a little loose there. That's going to lose both him and Knickel a bit of time. Whoa, Altman in the 77 also makes slight contact, but nothing dramatic. Luke Allen will go down the inside of the pair of them. They're 3 wide, almost just about 3x3. And we have a yellow flag already, by the looks of things. Oh, I think I've got an indication. Davis's car looks a little worse for wear. Musa Usman was sacked with a EOL penalty, basically, or a qualifying penalty. He was forced to start at the rear of the field, given conduct infractions from Sonoma last night. He said some things that some people didn't like, and now he's having to do the last to first challenge, but I reckon he probably has the speed to do it if he can keep himself out of danger, because that can be a little difficult to do at Auto Club, as evidenced by Davis's front grille. And the state of any of the cars running behind him. Jackson Tate probably also involved in whatever happened, and Sean Fuller with something going on, not sure what that was. It was a decent start from Heredia. He's gotten to the lead, qualifying 4th. Meanwhile, the 8 of Marcus Snow has fallen down as low as 7th after starting inside of row 2. Pit stops are happening, and most people, if not everybody, it looks like everybody is going to take. Tires do not last super long here, given how fast the track is and how abrasive it is, so it doesn't surprise me that everybody is looking to pit. It's also just a convenience thing, and it may also be a thing of a... Oh yeah, I'm looking down at Davis's pit menu, and it's only 22 laps of fuel on a tank. And each stage is 30 laps, so... Minimum 4 pit stops, I do believe, is the math on that, and you might be taking half a can, or 1 can, on the final stop. Somebody just pulled out way ahead on that. Luke Allen, with a really good pit stop where he did not take tires and just topped up on gas. He will be the race leader, followed closely by the 21, somewhere, of Kyle Voiles, a driver who only recently joined ARC. Interesting character, this one. He drove NFR for a single race in a different series. That's NFR being my own team, for those who are not aware. It used to run here in the Heat Cup series a long time ago. Back even before 21 Ignition came out. It feels like so long ago that team was here. Or that this team was here, but now it mostly just does GT7 and effectively nothing else. Drummond is going into the pits the second time? I'm not sure I follow. Oh yeah, the choose cone exists, based off the white line at the bottom of the track. If you go above it, you're on the high lane. If you go below it, you're choosing low. I kind of forgot about that because my brain's not really accustomed to choose cones, so... Even though there was an announcement made before the race that mentioned how it works. And I looked at it, I read it, I absorbed the information, and then instantly forgot about it because I'm not driving, so I don't have to follow the rule. So Voiles chose the high line, and that lost him 2 places. As did Luke. So that gives the lead back to the 1 car, as he was the first person to choose the inside. I'm kind of curious, considering the inside lane is the fastest way around the track at pretty much the majority of locations on this game. Also, that's not a bot. Hi, genius in math. You had such a default comment that I honestly thought you were a bot, so apologies on that. That's why I kind of ignored you at first. I am okay. Haven't eaten yet, but that's the price I pay for commentary. As we're about to reach the Geico restart zone. Luke Allen should still control it since he took the top lane. And we are green once more. I'm also dumb. That's not this. That's the 1 car in 3rd, not inside pole. So Heredia got to the lead off that. Well, he would have, but Luke Allen got a really good start, got clear on the restart, and he leads out of turn 2, but the 6 has a run. Oh, the 7 a little loose on the seam there, or trying to make a block that would never work. He and the 6 do make contact. Down the inside goes the 6. Greathouse trying to give a little bit of assistance to his fellow Chevrolet of the 7. And Jackson Altman is there assisting Heredia as well. There's a lot of blue in this top 4. The 6 might be sneaking ahead, it looks like. As I said, the inside lane is faster here, but Luke is getting a good push from Greathouse, and the outside does get a run if you do it well. And it is an absolute melee for 5th place. I can't actually tell. It's AJ that's been brought to 5th. So the 21 of Voiles really did not get anything done with his pit call. He's immediately fallen into obscurity as soon as possible. Jackson Altman making a move for the lead. He's down the inside of the 6 car. There will be a little more parity here just due to the nature of a draft track like Auto Club compared to how we've seen Heredia dominate both Richmond and Sonoma, albeit coming up short in both times. You can still lead from the front at Auto Club, it's just a lot more difficult than it was at the previous 2 circuits. Now the 43 is getting first. He's trying to find a lane, but Heredia is just going straight to the bottom on the front stretch. Altman peeks down the inside again, but the momentum stalled before he can get anywhere. And that's what I mean as we look a little bit further back here. The 24 of Usman, probably with some help from Jackson Tate, already in near the top 5 after starting outside the top 15, I believe in like 19th or 20th in this race. He's used the draft well and he hasn't crashed into anything else, but he is surrounded by 44R. Heitzman and Tate, 2 teammates under 44R, 2 wide down the front straightaway. The 8 and 27 trying to get involved. Things remaining pretty stable up in the top 4. AJ is trying to lead his teammates and the 24 up to them, but Tate and Heitzman only now settle things after Heitzman got a big wiggle out of 2. But Marcus Snow is going to force that issue, and he'll go down the inside of the 20 and potentially grab 8th place away from him. Actually, that run will stall. With some assistance from Laskovich of the 22. The 20 will get pushed back clear. Oh. It's kind of single filing out here. People are just trying to settle in and run their laps for the moment. Plus, they're trying to catch that lead 4, who are themselves not really fighting amongst themselves either. That was redundant commentary, me. They're all in a pretty usually organized line. Not perfect, but it's never going to be perfect. Not in a video game. Some cars downshift into 1 and 2, some don't. It's interesting with these next gens. The 5th gear does add an element to it. Well, Luke Allen has fallen out of the top 3. And he is now being overtaken by Knickel. If I can get the camera back on him, there we go. Or at least Knickel tried, but Luke will hold the inside lane and really mess them up. I don't know if that was his goal or not, but he has done it regardless. I don't see why that would be his goal. None of those 3 up there are his teammates. I believe that's 3 different teams in the top 3 right now. Keyword is, I believe. Might not be. Luke has definitely faded into obscurity now. I thought Greathouse was going to send it there. He's slipped outside of the top 10, potentially. He's trying to fight Marcus Snow to stay in it. They're 3 wide for 9th place going over the start-finish line. Luke's going to lose that, and it's actually going to be the 45 of Dawson Brush who pulls ahead into it. Wasn't even where he was in this train, although it does make sense that he is one of the faster drivers. RCR teammates, or rather I should say, not necessarily RCR, but what team is that? Toothless Tandem Racing. They were 2 wide, now they're pushing each other through turn 3 and 4. That was a bit of lag, I think. What lap are we on here? Closer we to stage 2. We've only done 14 laps so far. We're not even halfway through this stage. My word. It feels like we've been here for 30 laps already, but no. These laps are long, but not so clearly defined as Sonoma, where you can kind of tell, like, oh, we've just gone through this corner again. Races like this are always a bit of a slow burn, as Tanner Waskovich is going to pull out of line, I think, let JoJo in ahead of him. He may be trying to save his stuff for the end of the stage, because right now, without a caution, we are not going to the end on this fuel run. And I'd assume everyone knows that. Or perhaps bumping into that wall like that damages the car and he's really down on pace. It's also possible. So this weird 3-car-ish battle sort of thing going on outside of the top 10. And I'm struggling with this driver list right now. This is where I would do like what the World of Outlaws video games commentator does and just start talking about buy one get free hats or something in the infield. Or do the generic commentator thing and be like, oh, it's a beautiful day for racing, even though it's like a virtual video game world where it's always a perfect day for racing. But you know how that goes. Actually go on board with Mr. Greathouse. There we go. I forgot there's no cockpit cam in Spectator. So we'll just have to use a roof cam as an onboard camera here for a moment. And just ride with the one of Mike Greathouse as he tries to, well, basically just do his thing and just hang near the top 2, see if he can be close enough to force an issue towards the end of the stage for those bonus points. Unfortunately, we don't have that rear bumper camera like real life. We have this. That's the closest thing we get. Oh, Marcus Snow's really fallen off. So has Luke Allen. Those two have not had the run here. They do not have the speed. Man. I see something going on, yeah. A battle for, what is this, like, 12th? That's already settled between Snow and Frederick. Closest thing we've had is too wide for a while now. I really forgot Auto Club was like this. My times of racing here was usually a slugfest. Usually are typified by lots of yellow flags and lots of bumps. I mean, that's what Usman kind of gave to Knickel there, but didn't really seem to move him any. Then I forget that the ARC NASCAR that I raced in is nothing like this. A lot of vile names that used to plague this grid that no longer do. In spite of the lack of action, there's no lack of coughing on my end. I'm having to mute the mic repeatedly. Luckily, it's not like I'm missing much. We do have Usman trying to formulate. It's just AJ going into the pits. Split the stage right, you can get away with using maybe half a can versus a full can and save time in pits. There's also no telling what their tires look like, obviously. The only one that I can know that of is Davis. Heitzman may go a lap down here. He doesn't get into gear. Even if he does, he actually probably will just because he doesn't have a slipstream. These three are in like a perfect train. Jojo can probably hijack it until they pit, but he's not going to be able to outrun them on his own. And if we were to get a caution here, it would really be an issue for anybody that isn't Jojo. Or whoever comes out of the pits first. These three are probably going to hold it as long as they can to try and trap cars a lap down. If we get a caution. Oh, yeah, we got the signals. All three are going in together, I believe. Yeah, the common signal for I'm pitting is to move down to the bottom on the backstretch and move back up. Looks like the 6 canceled. Oh no, never mind, you just entered differently. So you will have no pit cycle kerfuffle. This one also pits at this time, unless I'm missing something. Okay, we do have a few cars staying out. I don't know what lap they're on though, but... Oh, Davis also pit. I could have looked down and seen what his tires were like after about 20 laps of green flag running. And keep our eyes on where Heitzman is in relation to those top three. He will probably have lost time to them and to others, as he did not have anybody near him as he came out. He did gain time on Knickel, though, and the rest of that train, which is notable. But he is definitely not clear of the 6. Also, the 21 is just here for some reason. So now everything's really spread out, and we'll just kind of have to see who's even near each other now. '21 is not interested in being in a train. He's gonna think about the inside on the 6. I don't really see the idea there. And I can't imagine he's near the front. He did lose a lot of time on that green flag run. Actually, that's Jackson Tate up there. Has he hit? I think he has to have. I don't think you could go this long. Unless he's really been fuel saving. He was in a pack of cars, so you can save a lap or two doing that if you play your cards right. He did get Sonoma off strategy, so he might be pulling something out of the hat here. Meanwhile, we got the TTR teammates running too wide again. That was a tongue twister and a half. And the 2 is with them as well. Who's the 2? Oh, Thomas Taylor. 21 is, as expected, falling back now. But Jackson Tate is, I think he is ahead of them. So somehow he's pulled some pit stop stuff. Wherever he is on this driver list, but he's going to lose the lead to Heredia nonetheless. He may try and force it later. You know, have to wait a second to see where we are in the stage. Just Davis's stream is showing him on the backstretch still. $72 to go, so that means we're at like 3 left in the stage, or basically coming to 2 to go in the stage. Tate's hanging on. My stomach is rumbling, it hasn't eaten yet, so ignore that if you're hearing it. I'm not going to mute my mic for that, because it's going to be doing that constantly. So I believe 2 to go here from stage 1. And there's a bit to play for, I would say. I'm still not 100% sure where the 21 is in relation to these 4. I know that these 4 are probably our leaders. One to go in the stage. Oh no, that is the end of the stage. Never mind. I don't know how to count. I'm just an idiot. So that will, yeah, that wraps things up for stage 1. And I believe the stage win goes to the 6 of Heredia. Don't see why it wouldn't. Let's see if Davis pulls up to the field, if what it shows over the 21's head. He's a little ways back still on the stream. Also, Tate's getting pushed around by Thomas Taylor. Is he out of fuel? And he really stretched that tank thin, did he not? He's having to get pushed around by the 2 car, and they'll probably get EOLs for this. Yeah, Jackson Tate was out of fuel there. That's probably the only reason he surrendered the lead in the first place. He probably had to start conserving, and that's how the 6 caught him and passed him. And Tate was unable to formulate a response because he was out of fuel. See, I'm pretty sure Tate's going to get an EOL for that. That was not really a legal pit stop. I mean, he was out of fuel. He should be out of the race, all considered. So... I don't think I need the roster up anymore. Alright, so yeah, I'm getting confirmation because I was confused by where the 21 was. Yeah, so the 6 won the stage over Tate, then Altman, Greathouse, Usman, Heitzman, Brush, and then Frederick, and then the TTR duo of the 8 and the 3, Snow and Matakansky rounded out the field. What was going on back there? I think we just saw the 77 have an issue, I would say. I think he may have been caught off guard. He's going to make an unwanted, unscheduled pit stop. Found a word. There we go. After that crash. The 21 was indeed a lap down. I was really thrown off by that. I was like, did he do some tire strat? No, he did not. Also means that AJ really did not do much on the pit stop if he fell out of the top 10. And he was running 4th during that. Deshaun Davis with a really good pit stop. I just looked down. He's now running P6. Shoes Cone also probably contributed something to that, but we should be coming up to the green flag here. The 6 is also in the back all of a sudden. I think there may have been some EOLs or something taken. Where's Tate? Right, done. I believe we are waiting for something. This is very slow for a pace speed. Yeah, Jackson is getting him back around. No, Galaxy Store, I'm not interested in your update. I have bigger fish to fry at this moment. I think we're about to do the choose cone here, so the field could still shuffle about. Although we are all 2x2, so maybe not. I just didn't look when they did it the first time. I'm not sure what has transpired that has put the 6 at the back. His pit stop was normal, unlike Jackson's, so I'm not really positive. Lots of drivers, yeah. Now they learned their lesson. They're running they're starting down bottom. So there's only 5 cars on the top lane. Everybody else is starting at the bottom lane. And whenever the one car would like to floor it, I believe he is the leader. We are about to be green. No, we are green. Right, it's out of 4 here, not the restart zone. We are green for the second stage of the California 200. I am not looking at the leader. Where is the leader? I should have gone the other way. Mike Greathouse gets away pretty cleanly over Musa Usman. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. It sounds wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's right. No, a bit of a screen shake there. That was weird to see. Pretty much single file near the very front. Chaos in the middle, though. Cars of different paces trying to settle out to where they would be running normally. Like the 43, trying to make his way through the upper mid-pack and back to the top 4, which he has effectively done so. Now right on the bumper of Heitzman. Now, passing Heitzman, he's not content with 4th. May not be his choice, we'll have to see. Oh, he does have a pretty good go at him here. He might clear into 1, or he'll clear out of 4. That also works. Alright. Jojo probably didn't want to fight that too much, because that would jeopardize them both anyway. Altman's going to go for everything here. Heitzman's going to assist him as he tries to go for the lead of the race. He'll get 24 easily. He did not have the run he needed through there. Does he move up to clear him? He cannot. The 24 just got enough of a run, and we're under caution anyway. Something tells me the 7 of Luke Allen was involved in it somehow. Not sure what the caution count was. I see the 22 is also separated. Excuse me. Yeah, we are under a second caution for incident here. Couldn't see the incident. The camera wasn't panned out far enough, but there was an incident, and I can kind of see the evidence left behind by the 7 and 22 being separated from the other cars. Acquire hydration as the drivers make their pit stops. Let's see who can get out first. This camera will be helpful for determining. It looks like it will be... What is that car? What is... Who? 21 again with some crafty pit stops. He's going to put himself back in the race lead. I don't think I follow, honestly. He must not have taken tires again, but we saw that didn't help him much before. Either way, he is going to be the race leader due to his strategy. I don't know if it's a good strategy, but it is a strategy. You gotta acknowledge the hustle, I suppose. Not doing juice cone just yet. Just been trying to keep the tires warm. It's not really the biggest issue here at a track like Auto Club, where you basically make one turn and the tires are near overheating sometimes. But, well, I believe it does help with restarts. You know, warm tires will grip up better when you apply the throttle. You don't want to spin the tires, obviously. I'm really having a moment here. There we go. Where are you at? What the heck? It's not been AJ Nichols' best performance thus far. He is down outside of the top 10, I would say. Oh, where is the juice cone at? I'm just dumb, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was on the backstretch, but everyone's already doubled up, and we didn't go anywhere on the backstretch, so I guess it must be the front straight, which is news to me. Maybe I didn't absorb that information. Good lord. So whenever the 21 decides that we are green, Kyle Boyles will take us to the green flag here for our fourth restart of the night. And there's already chaos in the background. I saw that. That is the 44 of Billy Targi. But we are still going green, regardless of his error. And the 21 immediately falls outside of the top 5. Literally record time. Even I could have stayed there longer. I am maybe a little harsh, but like, gosh, gosh, that was a brutal overtaking. Either that or he let him go. I don't even know. He is running the Larson line, which you don't do in this game, even though you do it in real life. McDowell getting a little inventive. He's running the apron while the leaders are running at the wall. Where is the 20 on this list? There we go. That is honestly the hardest part about this now. Now that I have someone showing me their POV that I can look at a lap count and a leaderboard of some description at least. I can see the cars around the bottom part of the top 10 and just outside of it. Figuring out where people are on the driver list versus the running order is probably the biggest inconvenience. Excuse me. Heitzman and Greathouse are beginning to escape. I can't find where the 24 car is, but he is... Well, he was for a second losing pace, but he had a good turn 1 and 2, and I think he's gotten back with them, and he'll bring the rest of the pack with them as well. What was I seeing here? That's not them. That's not who's battling. Where battle? No, it was Taylor and McDowell, I believe, fighting. That's kind of funny, not gonna lie. Heredia, despite his earlier, I can only assume EOL for something, is trying to fight his way back into relevance. He's almost there. He just has to catch that lead pack, but he's getting no help in that endeavor from all the other Fords around him. The two 78 and 34 are just kind of wanting to do their own thing, and by that I mean fight him for, what, 9th? Is this? I'm just gonna look down and see. Fight for 7th, excuse me. Still running 2x2. We might as well keep the camera here, as that is the only real battle going on. The top 7 or the top 6, excuse me, aren't really keen to do anything extra, I would say. Never mind, there are different lanes being run up there. Okay, good. I found the middle ground. I found that these are split. AJ's just outside the top 10 as well. He's trying to creep into that 4-car battle. Yeah, if I just keep going back and forth between the 20, the 6, and the 8, I can see who's, like, where. Like, I can look at the 3 different battles for position going on. The 34 must have some big damage. He's going to the pits. Either that or he's trying to short pit and run out to the end, which doesn't really work, I don't think. Especially if he gets if we get a caution, he's just out. It's also that car up there. I can't tell who it is just yet, but they also must have... That might be like the 77, if I had to guess. Because the 77 had that error on... Oh no, it is the 3 at Matakansky. I thought it was the 77. I saw a lot of black on the car, and I was like, oh, the 77 had that restart folly, but that was also in the previous restart, I think, so it wouldn't have mattered. He will probably soon be getting lapped, I would say. And also Heredia has managed to finally get some assistance, and he is getting pushed back up to the lead 6, which is kind of surprising. The 78 of the Sean Davis and the 2 of Thomas Taylor are able to try and just about get him there. We're actually right on board with the 6 and see if he can close that gap or not. It's a pretty solid turn 1. He might just about be picking up the 45's draft by now. And once that happens, he is as right as rain, just about. And who knows what the 3 car may influence as they go to put him a lap down. Oh, I pulled up Davis's stream to look at the lap time, or lap counter, and it bugged and didn't show up right. How very Heat 5. Alright, yeah, Heredia is definitely there now. And he has indeed brought the 2 and the 78 with him. He's going to immediately go for a move on Dawson Brush. Almost gets into Jackson Tate along the way. Jackson has to move up a lane to account for it. Man, the 45 just got absolutely robbed Davis and Taylor just followed him through like hounds. They smelled the blood in the air, and they just feasted upon the 45 car. That was awful. He's trying to form a run on the 61. What? Where's the 61? The 11 of Tate. He got a good run on him. Tate's forced under the bottom now, but that's kind of where you want to be. But Heredia is going to clear. Davis is going to clear. Taylor is not. Tate is going to fight that to try and stay in the top, like, 8. We're just seeing, just very methodically, the 6 and 78. I do not believe that they're teammates, but I might be wrong on that. Just picking their way through the top of the field like it's nothing. Or really, the 6 is picking his way through. And the 78 is just tagging along. Mutually beneficial. There we go. Although he is separated a little bit. Altman, I think, had a bad corner too, and now he will have to work with Altman to get back to the train, so that the 6 can claim more positions as we go forward. I think the separation came probably from the 3 cars' existence, admittedly. No matter what he did, he was going to give somebody slipstream, and that was going to help JoJo in some markable way. They're still fighting behind this too, by the way. I'd like to point that out. I didn't dare do this and get confused, but yeah, Brush is now trying to get back ahead of the 2, and he will, I think, do so. 43 just had something go wrong there, or he may be letting the 6 go. That's, I think, exactly what he did, but he lost more than he bargained for in doing so. That is probably a smart call. Let the 6 car lead the train, because he's probably the fastest one here. If not the fastest on the track, he's certainly the fastest one in this group of cars. We have just crested halfway. 50 to go, or not, 49 to go, I should say. We've just finished lap 50. So, I believe 10 to go here in stage 2. This one's gone by a little quicker somehow. There's no actual difference in the 2 stages. It just feels like it's gone by faster because I don't know. So it's again a 3-car train at the front. However, it's a different set of 3 cars. Great House is the only commonality. But instead of the 6 and the 43, it is now the 24 and the 20. You are not in that train. Tate and Altman fighting for something. Oh, they've fallen out of the train completely. Where is somebody in that train? Show me pictures of 5th place. That's not. There we go. I don't think they're getting up to that train, though. I think that's done and dusted. However, we are getting pit stops now. Tire wear is not as bad as I thought it was, actually. Oh, there was a spin down there, apparently. I don't know what was going on, but there was just a bunch of grass getting kicked up I saw on the 78 screen. I couldn't tell you what for. No. Heitzman will just pass on through. And he will lead off of pit road for the first set of green flag stops here. Andrew Knickel makes a lonely trip down pit lane. The 1 and 20 are still together. Where is the 24 in all of this? He is just coming out of the pits now. And here goes the 34. I thought that was the 20 and I was confused. No, but there is the 20 and his ally in the 1, so I believe that Usman has just lost a place, if not more. Yep, there goes the 1. Not much you can do about it. He will rejoin with them, but he will be at the back of the train rather than the middle of it. Now to see how the rest of the pit strategy shakes out. Jackson Tate is he's cooking something. And by that I mean he is going very slowly. Going so slowly he probably could be operating a microwave in that car right now. Wow, that car looks destroyed. Obviously, repair damage does not sync on broadcast screens and such. So, Fuller's car doesn't actually look that banged up, but it does for me because it hasn't synced his repairs. Okay, let me try and get the full picture here. There are a lot of cars that have not pit yet, I can tell that much. Davis is definitely on his own right now. Nice audio there, game. Literally all that I know for sure is that these are the top three. That is it. I can't even tell where fourth is because it's so spread out amongst the rest of the field. I believe fourth is Dawson Brush. Yes. Baby. No. There's a car in front of him. I don't know if that's there or not, though. Is that a lapper or not? That is not. That is a 6. Okay, so I'm piecing it together now. Jojo leads from the 1 and the 24. Freddie is 4th. I lost 5th. Dawson Brush is 5th. I don't know anything else, though. I went past it. Ah! There we go. I think Davis may have gotten some kind of penalty. No, I'm looking under the screen, and the 8 is the leader. Because he hasn't pit yet. So I should probably look at the 8 car then. Brain. Yes, that is sort of what that means at this point in time. That might be the 8 up there. I wanted the other camera! Oh, gosh darn it. No, that's the 11. My brain hurts. I'm terrible at this. The 8 is out of 4, and he's still not pitting. The leaders are going into 3. I don't know how this man is going this long on this set of tires, or not set of tires, in this fuel run. He must be saving like he's at Menards. Save big fuel. Is he out? Or is the stage over? Oh, the stage is over. I really have lost track of myself here. Yeah, the stage is over, so I guess... Yeah, 40 laps to go, so that about confirms that. I guess Marcus Snow is your stage winner. I don't know who else is where. I got everything scrambled here. These green flag stops just mess with my head. AJ Knickel is not pitting. That is an interesting one there. He must be a lap down and he's getting the free pass or something. God, if only this game had an actual scoreboard. Even if it was like the ticker like they have in real life, but no. So our pole sitter AJ was a lap down there. I think he's getting a free pass or wave around. It was a free pass because he's pitting. The 8 will lead us off of pit road, and it's yet to be determined if that 21 car is actually second place or not. His strategy didn't get him anywhere in the first stage, but it seems to have gotten him somewhere here. Okay, so I'm kind of getting some information being fed here. The yellow at the beginning of stage 2 was caused by some lag from the 22. The 22 got an EOL for that. I didn't even notice, to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't notice he was back there. Probably because I'm having to keep him straight with 3 other yellow cars. Where is he? There he is. I went past him twice, I think. So the 21 is, I believe, they're on merit this time around. Otherwise, lap cars would get shuffled out. Davis is going to the high lane. I'm seeing this on his stream here. He's restarting on the top, and he's going to pick up like 5 places from it. Luke Allen is again back up here. The 21 car... Where's 21? Okay, never mind. Okay, so he wasn't there. No, he's not there in pace. This 21 man, he's really throwing me off. I keep thinking like, oh, he's there on strategy. He's running to the front. No, he's a lap down. He's not strategized anything. He just keeps getting... in weird timing where he keeps getting near the leaders at the end of cautions, or the end of stages. So, now, I honestly would prefer cautions. Makes things easier to keep track of. And green flags stop, and I can't tell who's on what lap or who's on what group or the group with what part of the track. My brain just fails. Because I'm sitting here with like 1960s technology where I'm having to use like the spotters around the stands to tell me, hey, this guy's in 3rd place. It's only a matter of time before I mistake who the leader is. Because I just did that. I didn't even notice the 8 car was leading. And he will lead us to the green here as well whenever he elects to throttle up. We are green for the final stage from... No, wait. Alright, so I don't know how AJ's typing this while driving. That's incredibly skillful of him, I must admit. Yeah, stage 2 went... I didn't even notice Luke was up there. Marcus Snow, Luke Allen, Jackson Altman, Jojo Heitzman, Mike Greathouse, Musa Usman, Ayrton Frederick, Alex Heredia, Dawson Brush, and Jackson Tate. So the car that I thought was leading was actually 4th. I didn't even know where Jackson Altman was. I didn't notice Luke Allen was up there. And they only realized the 8 was the leader because it showed up on Deshaun's stream. Can we please just get a caution pit stop? That would make things so much easier on me. Somewhere around like lap 85 or something. Can we just get a yellow flag that just takes strategy out of it and just gives us a run to the finish line? Because I am an idiot and not attentive, and I don't have the proper tools on my screen to tell me who's on what lap. But this time, for sure, we are going green. I thought the whole pack was here before, but now they are. And we are green this time, for real, for the final stage from the California 200. The 8 leads us into 1. He will lead it. He will stay ahead. He will not get run over or mugged, or insert terminology here, although the 20 will get alongside him. And with assistance from the 43, never mind, the 43 is going below him. There are a few cars trying to keep the 8 in the battle, but I think, yeah, Heitzman's just going to clear. He's going to pull up pretty easily there. Him sliding up like that did compromise his exit a little bit. In his efforts to head off the 8 car, he only let the 43 and 24 get almost alongside. They're still 2 by 2 by 2. Neither lane giving much of an inch here. This is starting to look like Daytona. Except even Daytona wouldn't be this orderly. We'd have somebody getting bumped out of line and there'd be a 6-car pileup by now. Still no margin. The 43 gives a huge push to JoJo, but that still isn't enough. I thought JoJo would have been clear by now, but Marcus Snow is hanging on for dear life out there. JoJo is now clear. Finally, it's taken 3 laps. There's a little bit of an accordion effect behind him, but the 8's still there. Oh, Altman's gonna go all the way, and JoJo has to close the door. Almost was disastrous contact. I think if this were real life, I think the 20 would be sideways there at least. He gets sideways on exit instead. They are 3 wide at the start-finish line. Altman to the race lead. Usman with a massive push, and Jojo Heitzman is in the wrong lane. You don't want to be stuck in the middle, especially not on your own. He only has now the 1 and the 45 for assistance, but even then it's not much, because they only got to him at the exit of 2 when it was a little late. Altman leading Usman right there with him. Jojo found his way back to the inside. He'll crawl back to 3rd ahead of Snow. He's had the most difficult time clearing that 8 car, and it's cost him in his struggles to do so. Oh, bit of a wiggle there. I think some unwanted contact from the 45, or on the 45. It was like the top 12 in this. Yes, exactly the top 12, because Davis is at the back of it. All still in a train here, all still jostling for places early on in stage 3. Heitzman down the inside of the 24 of Musa. And that's at a stalemate on the exit of 4. Altman trying not to give slipstream to either one. He will eventually choose to go to the bottom and give Jojo 2nd place. Jojo sneaked to the high lane there. He thought about it. Mike's going with him. But that is a bold strategy to try and go around the outside at Auto Club, especially when Mike's momentum ran out. Heredia has re-entered the conversation. In the meantime, I didn't even notice him in the background. He just snuck his way up to 2nd, possibly. And he'll be the one pushing Altman. Well clear of the 20. Well, he was clear, but the 20 had a huge run through the middle of 3. And the 20 might clear here, actually. Oh, Jackson Tate getting a little sand in the air, or dirt, I should say. They're still 2 by 2. Nobody's doing single file here. Jojo finally clear for the lead. He has been chipping away at that for like 6-7 laps now, and he finally gets his trophy. And then Jackson Altman immediately goes down inside of turn 3. And he's kind of hung it there. He's not really getting far, but he has certainly affected Jojo's speed. But here comes the big push from that 1 car. Heredia is going to immediate play. No, he's going to go for the middle. He had a huge run with nowhere to take it. He just had to send it and hope for the best. He got the best, though. He slid up in front of Jojo, and he might get a push to the lead from him. Jackson Tate not working with Altman at all, and that will be the downfall of the 43 car. Everybody's kind of congregating at the top lane. So Heredia is going to get to the lead with that bold 3-wide statement. Jojo's going to try the outside lane, but that's just creating a lane that didn't need to be opened right now. Altman is going to get another run. Usman and him are just the best of friends at the moment. Put the camera on the 43. Now the 6 is left in the wrong spot. But Usman's going to slide up the track. I think he missed turn 1 there, and that is going to really dampen the 43 there for a sec. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide again. No, Jackson's not having that. He's going to back out and let JoJo do whatever JoJo's about to do, which is get ahead of him, but not get anywhere near that 6 car. Still basically a triangular formation heading out of turn 4. We've run 7-8 green flag laps now, and we're still in a train like this. Lap 73, 74, so 26 to go. Pretty soon we might be looking at our earliest pit stops. You can get 22, 23 on a tank, depending on how much you save and if you're in a slipstream. 43 and 20 banging doors down the back straight. Here comes Dawson Brush. He's going to try and force things. They are 3 wide for second place. Dawson on the apron, try and find some new lane down there. I don't know what he thought he was going to find, but he instead just finds himself outside the top 5 again. Magic Carpet Ride randomly appeared in my brain as I said that. Don't know why. I guess it wasn't a NASCAR game, so... Oh, 43 and 20 continue to make slight door contact on the back straightaway. This is just pure chaos up here. Still the top 12 in it. All in this running, this little, not even a train, it's just a cluster. This is a clump of cars. I found the 6 car again. I just looked down at the onboard camera. I saw the 78 was in the wall. I believe it was an unforced error, but that has knocked him out of the front train here. So it is now down to an 11 car train at the front, with nearly, I believe 21 to go here. Okay, no, I'm dumb. 24 to go. Altman and Heitzman are still continuing to vie for second place. Neither one able to take a shot at the 6 yet. They make more door contact, and that's causing door contact with the cars behind them. The 24 and 11 make some contact as well. Now Jackson tucks in behind the 20, or rather the 20 cleared him, I should say. So now the 20 is stuck. No, 20 is ahead. 11 is also ahead. That's the 43 and 20. 4 too wide for 4th place now. Wow. Also, I don't really know where Jackson Tate came from. He just sent it on his teammate. Oh yeah, AJ's in this pack. AJ's actually getting closer to the front of said pack. He's pushing Jackson Altman up as high as 3rd. Not even working with his 44R teammates up there. Not yet, anyway. I guess he had to get to them to help them. Three wide for 3rd place. AJ and his teammate JoJo are stuck with Jackson for the moment. As Jackson Tate, the other Jackson, tries to find an answer for the 6 car. He has, I would say he's led from the front, but in all reality, I think that's mostly just been a product of the other cars behind him not being able to decide who should be second and who should be the first person to go after him. Ooh, my head is very itchy. That's kind of painful. Tate has been pushed up to the high lane. He has no assistance up there, so it'll be JoJo getting back to second. Jackson and Jackson make contact at the entrance to 1. And Usman just got booted off the island just about. He stays in the top. He stays in the train. But we might be having a breakaway here. JoJo's willing to work with Alexis to get away, but it doesn't seem to be working. And I think now, from here on out, we could see pit stops at any time. As with, 20 to go in the stage, about to be 19. Some cars may be headed in now, especially ones in the back of the field that may be trying something different. But these cars, I think, are going to leg it out as far as they can get. Regardless, it's not going to be a very long time before we see green flag pit stops, and we see me completely lose track of everything because I'm blind. Jackson Tate will be the first to offer himself into the pit lane, and he will be the only one, which will probably come back to haunt him later. Now most things are pretty single file. We have a battle back there for the tail end of it, 9th. Allen's trying to get ahead of the 24. Besides that, though, there is no battle on the track, per se. People are probably getting set up to make their dives in the pit lane. And indeed, here comes a decent chunk of the field. 3 Toyotas alongside that of the one of Mike Greathouse. And all of the cars outside of that train will also go in with them. Six cars did stay out, including the 6th car, but I don't think they're going to be able to go much further. And indeed not. Oh, Jackson Altman definitely just got caught for speeding there. There's no way that was beneath 55. If Altman did not get a speeding penalty for that, that is insane. If that wasn't over 55, that had to have been like 54. We'll see where the other group are in relation to them. Hopefully we get that same camera there. 6 car on his way out. The 43 was not got for speeding. That was under the limit. That is obscene. That must have been like pinpoint on that. Either that or I just can't tell how fast he was going properly, which is probably more likely. The 6 will remain the leader potentially. Yes, he will be back up to speed at 3. And Jackson Tate will get alongside him. Oh, he will barely clear him if he goes late enough into 3. He cannot. Heredia will have the inside lane, but it is Jackson. Despite his weirdly timed pit stop, he still gets an undercut on everyone. He was the first to go in, but I do wonder if that means he'll be on the back foot at the end of the run. Chances are high, we'll say. It's a 5-car train at the front. Greathouse, Heitzman, and Altman with them. It is basically a combination of the trains we've been seeing throughout the whole ordeal. Or really, just the train from the end of Stage 1 plus, I believe, Heitzman was not there originally. Tate got there to that train off strategy, and suddenly an undercut has got him to the lead of this one for the moment. Oh, door contact! That'll put Tate right up in the wall. And there goes everything I was just talking about. That might knock him all the way out of that little train as well. Or he might get a chance to make a bridge, you know. He could, if he can, balance it perfectly, drag the 45 up to this battle. They're 3 wide for the lead in front of them, though. And I can't, looks like it's going to be Greathouse who will be taking the lead off 4. Can he hold on to it over the 43? That looks like a no. Although here comes the push from Heredia, and Heitzman not with as strong of a push, so they're going to continue to be too wide through there. And I can safely say that without some outside circumstances, I don't think that those 3 are going to be catching this train. Likewise, Jackson Tate did not lose the train. They're going to be 3 wide again heading towards turn 3. Heredia is feeling himself down the inside of 2 other blue cars. If they continue to do this, that train of 3 will get here in due time. And man, it looks like they're continuing all right. Heredia alone on the very bottom. Greathouse with Heitzman for assistance, Tate running with the 43 of Altman. And, oh yeah, no, that train of 3 has arrived. Brush, Knickel, and Allen are definitely getting slipstream, and they are in a single file lane. Whilst the 6-1 and 43 continue to fight for the race lead, with probably just over a dozen laps left, if that. Probably more than a dozen. It's going to be Greathouse, the great move, but it's not definitive just yet. He did not get the run he needed. They're going to be 3 by 3 almost. 3 wide over the finish. They're going to be 4 wide. Brush is going for everything and more, but he's going to not do that. He's going to back out, lose a bunch of places, but also probably save his skin in doing so. There's a 3-car train behind this as well that's still 4 seconds out, but depending on how manic this gets, or if we get a caution, the likes of Davis, where are they? Davis. Wow, I'm blanking. Laskovich and Frederick could also get involved here. The 21 is the lap down. I can verify that this time. And he might play spoiler here. Depends on how things shake out. I keep forgetting to look down at the stream to see what lap they're on. Ah! I think it's like 86 probably. My ability to count by memory is terrible. The 21 will be well out of the way, so it seems he won't be spoiling much. Yeah, no, that's not going to be an issue. Already is still the leader. Greathouse trying to form resistance. He and Heitzman, but the inside lane is just so much. 10 to go. So I was very off on 86. We are at lap 91, I believe. And it worked. Michael Greathouse, I was not even looking. I was looking down at the stream to see where the other 3 were. Greathouse got ahead for a second, but his momentum was not great on the exit of 4, so we're going to be too wide again. And it's still about even. Here comes a push from Altman, so Greathouse clears for now, but he doesn't change lanes. He is clear into 1 though, or into 3. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm yapping. And this time he gets a better exit, but Heredia just gets such good runs off of 4 for no obvious reason. But he's got 2 44R cars up there giving him help, and 3 others for that matter. Heredia and Altman are alone, effectively, on this one. And they're still kind of hanging with him. I'm just surprised nobody else is going with him. Or with them. You might see Knickel think about it. He is in that lane. Yeah, he is in the inside. I think he's realized that the inside lane is faster. I don't know how you didn't realize that sooner. And now suddenly everybody's on the inside. It's like a spoken into being. Now it is Tate and Brush alone on the top. Never mind. Tate's going to move down. Other cars are going to file up. Heredia is going to be forced to the outside by whatever just happened there. 7 to go. Late. Get our constants in order. Races like this are usually slow burns. They're going to be meh in the middle part. But when it comes down to crunch time, here in this third stage, everything has been thrown on the table. We're going to be too wide again over the start-finish line. Heredia currently the leader, and he might pull clear here with help from the 7 and the 20. Greathouse has been forced onto a third lane. That's not going to hurt him too much. Altman's going to back out of that. That was about to hurt Altman if he stayed there. AJ running the Larson line. He's trying to invent something. I don't think there's much you can invent, per se, though. Some interesting blocks coming out from the 6. I think that's what that was. Or perhaps he got loose on the way in. Heitzman's going to be making a play for the lead now. And they are 3 abreast behind him. 1-7-11. And they're all at a dead heat there. Nobody's able to give help to either of the leaders. Tate's going to go for everything. He's going to be pushed by Dawson Brush to the lead. Possibly. Oh, he's got to let off a lot to not crash straight through his teammate in the 20 car. So that will be Dash, but Jojo Heitzman will now be the race leader with that. AJ on the very bottom, trying to invent some new lanes here. Gets headed off at the pass by Dawson Brush, who I can only assume would be something like a half teammate. Oh, 45 slid up into the 11. That was almost a disaster. They're 5 wide there. That's not what you want to do, ever. Door-to-door contact between the 6 and the 20. The 20 has been doing a lot of that with different cars today. And Heredia might be pulling ahead with the lead here. Meanwhile, there's a battle for 9th, but I feel like that's not really worth looking at compared to this. Brush pushing the 6 of Heredia to the race lead and clear. Never mind, I'm full of it. Heitzman is still very much there. The Toyota not working with the other Toyota, though. I think Brush is trying to get himself in position more than anything. He doesn't care who he's pushing, he just wants to get there. There are no friends on the racetrack today, it would seem. Only 3 to go, basically 2 and 3/4 to go from Auto Club Speedway. And I don't know who's going to be in the lead in about 6 miles from now. 5 miles. AJ is on the apron there, and he's just going to hook up to the back of the 6 car. He's going to get to 2nd, though, overall. As hard as it really is to tell who's exactly where at any given time, just because of how close everybody is together. White flag will come out next time around, and Heitzman's getting the push of a lifetime from that 45 car. And he's going to be clear. Yes. He is clear into turn 3. AJ probably backed off a little bit, seeing that was going on. He didn't want to help the 6 battle his teammate. White flag flying for the 20 car. To try and get his 2nd win in the 3 races that I have brought to you, viewers. And he's only about 1 2/3 miles away from success. Tate nearly pushing Luke into the wall out of 2. Contact between, I think, the 18 and 6. And the 6 is going to have to try and get creative here. He's not going to be able to do any of that, though. And AJ will not be in a position to resist. So it will be Jojo Heitzman who will come out of turn 4. Never mind, the 6 car has a huge run. Where did that come from? It's not enough, though. Jojo Heitzman will be your victor for the California 200. Oh, I think AJ was 2nd. I can look at the results. AJ 2nd, Alex 3rd, Altman 4th, Dawson Brush 5th, Mike Greathouse 6th. AJ with quite the recovery, considering he was a lap down at some point in the race, and he almost came back for a victory from pole. Man. My voice is done with me. Just period. Jackson Tate 7th, Luke 8th, Tanner 9th, and Ayrton Frederick will round out your top 10. "17 cars complete the race on the lead lap. And I will just be making my exit here. Man. Very different mood in the air after this compared to what it was after, Anyway, yeah, that will do it from Auto Club for the California 200. JoJo is the winner. My voice is just not anymore. It doesn't want to do the job. I will not be on hand for Bristol Dirt next week, though. I will most likely not be able to commentate that for you guys, but that is next week. But that will conclude matters for Auto Club. Mention to all of our sponsors here at ARC, DIVEBOMB Motorsport, ARC's title sponsor, collaborative new media project made by motorsports fans. SimLeaguePro.com, our partner in league management for recruiting, scheduling, and tracking points and statistics. To SimRap Market, iRacing's largest marketplace for professional level livery designs and other things for graphic design on race cars. IMB Racewear, who is ARC's sim racing apparel sponsor for sim racing gloves and boots and whatever else you need to operate that sim rig. The Racing Rats, ARC's modding partners for our Assetto Corsa leagues. Their mods are high quality, completely free, and they've been working directly with us to make sure that those races go smoothly. And lastly, James McAdam Photography and AJ Knickel Design are partners in both photography and graphic design respectively that keep our social media posts standing out. But the action on track ends, and with that, so does this broadcast. I will not be here for Bristol Dirt, probably. I give it a 20% chance. But, nevertheless, Friday we'll have an F1 stream at least. So, until then, farewell.